Okay, now we're live.
Oh, we're live.
We're live.
Woo, woo, woo. So, now that we're live, and you're not being such a bully, you get to pick the topic, because I picked the topic last week, and I think I did
the topic last week.
You're going to have to have this really getting ready, because we're going to die soon. And it's going to have to probably be on this side somewhere.
Okay, all right. Oh. Okay.
We're going live stream. That's what we do. We're going live stream.
Okay.
We should have my song come up while we wait for like a countdown. The revolution. You know. Yes, darling. Yes. No. You don't have to do lose enough water. Yeah, what is that? That's what I was going to say. So, yeah. So, Avi might be coming. I don't know. She's standing right here. So, we're going to go ahead and ask her.
She's coming now.
I told her no. Last time she fell asleep on the camera. But I said if you're not going to fall asleep, you can always go.
No. The first answer was no. But, milk food?
Yeah.
Do I have to season it? Or just...
No, I just seasoned it. That? Whew. I don't have daughters. They're headache. I don't have nephews either. They're a bigger headache. So what's your question? Oh, did I say that out loud?
Offensive for what?
Oh my God.
We just started the live. You're talking about don't have nephews.
I'm just saying, you know you give me a hard time every day. Like, all the time.
I don't know about that. I'll be giving you nothing but a good time. Always here for you. Always got your back. I mean, y'all see you all the time, don't y'all?
We already know he's not. He's over here truth telling.
Just saying.
And this is Elijah doing his thing.
No, this is Elijah.
And that-
Elijah is somewhere else right now.
Whatever.
He off duty.
Mm.
I told him not to come by here right now. So, yeah.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay. So, anyway, what's your question for today? I have a good one. Something you're going through. Something that's major. Because kids go through things that are similar, even though nobody talks about it. So, what are you going through that we could talk about?
What are you going through?
What are you going through? I already know what I'm going through.
What am I going through?
Yeah.
We're just talking about general.
General. Like, what are you going through? You can talk about anything. What are you going through that we can talk about? Let's give them something to talk about.
What am I going through? A social disconnect.
Social disconnect.
Yeah.
Okay, explain.
You just don't talk to people that much. I wouldn't say you don't talk to people that much, but less recurring. You're not being like. I'm not talking about not being social at all. Like, if I'm out somewhere, I'll be social or anything. I'm talking about as far as, like, friends, family type of thing. Social disconnect.
So you feel like you're having a social disconnect?
Yes. I feel like I'm having a social disconnect.
And what makes you feel like you're having a social disconnect?
Lack of communication. That's what I feel like. I haven't talked to
So you feel like you need to talk to your friends and the family members that you've been missing out on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very much so.
And why aren't you talking to them? Because even though you're grounded from the phone, you still be on the phone. So why aren't you talking to these people?
Just, I haven't found the time to do all that.
You don't be doing nothing.
You say that, but reality says a whole different.
Oh, please. Please. Allow me to know.
I'm a busy guy. Honestly.
Like doing what?
Like,
please tell me.
I'm a busy guy. Day to day, I'm a busy guy.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
What you be doing? Tell me. I mean, I like to know.
I do so much.
Oh,
I'm a creative person. I'm constantly doing something. I'm just,
Can you, tell me what you constantly are doing?
I'm constantly doing some form of art because I'm an artistic guy.
Like, what kind of form of thing of art you doing?
I'm just, just like,
Are you truth telling again?
Paintings? No, I'm not.
We know that was a lie.
I'm doing, you know, I'm just doing different things.
Like what? Because I mean, you don't do what you're supposed to do. So I
do
need to
what I'm
know
supposed to do. And I do
No.
even more.
No.
And I do even more. And then on top of that, not even just that. I've just been a busy guy.
Oh no. Oh, he's over here truth telling, and I cannot have.
Not even. I honestly, like, so serious.
What do you do?
What do I do in a day? Right now, I have been doing a lot of studying. I have been doing
Studying what?
Studying algebra. Studying algebra. So I don't flop the test next month. That's at the second.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. It's a dress too, but I'm wearing it as a shirt, girl, because can't be having these legs showing. Terry, say hi to Terry.
Oh, hi, Terry's journey.
Oh, he already knew too. He just said it right off back. See, that's why you know you're special, so we can say your name right off the bat. Now go back to your line.
I'm not even lying. This is 100% the truth.
Because my thing is too, even though you're getting ready for your SATs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you want to like get your SATs and then graduate at the same time?
Yeah.
But you're not doing your orientation.
Well, because all right, it's easy to say that though, right? Because I'm myself. I'm not a multitasker type person, but I pick up a lot of tasks. So it's like you do this, but then this is imbalance. There's no balance. There's no equilibrium. One thing falls, the other thing falls.
Why don't you put yourself like on a time schedule for each thing?
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm not a person that can balance things either.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you could say like, okay, 8 o'clock. Oh, Cowboys my husband's team too. He loves it. I'm surprised he's not watching it. Okay, so 8 o'clock to 8:30, set a time to do that, and then from 8:30 to 9 do this, 9 to 9:30 this, 9:30 to 10, and then 10 to 10:15 break. And
Schedule what?
Yeah, but why don't you do that? Because I know I mentioned it like a whole bunch of times.
Because it's not that easy. I would say it's not, like, it's really not that easy. I mean, I have phases of going in and out of being able to do that, but it's really not that easy. I mean, as far as what do I do in a day?
Yeah, what do you do in a day? That's what I do in a day.
I do my daily obligations, so I make sure I edit something every single day. Even though sometimes it don't pop up, every single day I do. And
do you
then,
do the amounts you're supposed to do every single day?
I would say the past like week and a half I just started doing it again, back to what I'm supposed to do. But I did at least doing one video a day. But now I do 2 to 4. Well, I do 4 now, but I was doing 2 last week.
You still don't have all the stuff up for the Talk It Out show.
I don't have all the stuff up, no.
And you got to do the book every day. Yeah. And people need to see how to do the book every day, and you don't have that up.
Yeah, I have, that's true. I don't have all of it. That is true.
Thank you. Even Terry says good to have a routine.
Yeah, it's definitely really good to have a routine. But it's also finding the balance in the routine and finding the time to make sure you can actually fulfill the routine, because I can have this time set and all that, but if I actually physically can't do it because of whatever restriction, then it's kind of pointless. You're gonna miss your mark. Then it's gonna fall into whatever else. So I guess the solution to that is bigger time spaces.
Yeah, and then what about? Because now you're talking about doing your time for that, doing your time for SAT, and then having some time for your friends and family members, right?
Yeah, and then at the same time, it's more than that too, because on the physical side, I need exercise time.
Well, just go outside and walk.
Yeah, but it's still exercise time. That's not really
like you want to go to the gym or something?
No, I exercise at home. I exercise anywhere. I have a routine, right?
I'm so then if you got that, because the base of the conversation is you need to be talking socially to your friends or family.
Yeah, well, to those people. Yeah, to those people. Exactly. Yeah, to that circle, you know? Because I feel like.
But you're not talking to them, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, because alright, so it's like one thing after the other, you know? One thing's falling, everything's falling. So it's like, I gotta get everything up right.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I guess we could talk about that. One imbalance messing up the flow of everything else.
I know, because you're 17.
Yeah.
So at this time, you should be like, to me, you should already be graduated.
Yeah.
You should already be in the process of dating girls. You should already be talking to your friends and going out with your friends and your girlfriends and your family, like your brothers and your cousins and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
That's usually what teenagers do. But you're not able to do that because you're not balancing, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So what's going to make you balance?
What's gonna make myself? You gotta get right with yourself.
So what makes you get right with yourself?
Self-reflection. Talking to myself. Not talking physically.
I talk to myself physically.
I talk to myself sometimes, but not like that.
You see, I even talk to my grandbaby.
I mean, like, it's more of like an in-mind thing for me. Like, I can say whatever, and I can just say it. But mentally, when I work things out, it just actually comes to fruition.
I think because you don't follow the rules. You just don't like to follow rules.
You said I don't like to follow the rules.
Mm-mm.
I follow my own rules.
Terry said, get a journal. And he be making journals, too. And I keep telling him he need to buy his own journals he made.
That is true. Get a journal. Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Because I think you're missing out on a lot of important stuff in your life because you're not doing that.
That is true.
Because I think as you being 17, you're missing out on like the life of being a 17-year-old.
True.
And I think you need to have a life.
Very much true.
So why not do what Terry said, get a journal, get your life together so you can do your stuff as a 17-year-old. Because pretty soon you're going to be grown as an adult. And you're going to miss out on having so much fun. Now you got to do it as an adult.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It's fun, but it's not like...
Yeah. You want to have the good memories that everybody else have. Your memories is, oh, I'm at home. I just stayed at home the whole time. You don't have any childhood good memories.
I do.
No.
I do. How do you know my memories?
Because you don't.
I have good memories.
You don't have good childhood memories.
I do.
No, like, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying, like, you guys don't do something or cook together or do... I'm talking about, like, let me just go off my generation because that's all I can do. We all have memories, and no matter where we are from, I live in Portland, Oregon. People live all over the place. Terry lives all over the place. Everybody lives everywhere, right? We all remember turning the TV channel for our parents. We all remember being outside until 12 o'clock in the morning and playing. Those are like things that we all did as a childhood that across the board, across around the world, we do. You can't have those same things because you don't do anything.
I mean, you can only go off what you see, though.
I be telling my grandson the same thing.
I feel like it's a portion that you see.
It might be a portion that I see, but I'm saying, from a person that's outside looking in, tell me what benefits have you, or what childhood things that you have that will go on with everybody else right now?
Like, what do you mean? Like, in terms of doing stuff?
In terms of like, silly stuff, like I said. We all remember playing our hide and seek games. We all remember playing what's it called? Blind man's bluff in the room where you turn off the light and you do all that. We all remember these things and remember that in the middle of that we had to turn the channel with the little pliers and you do it and then you might pass the channels up. We have those memories and you can see, like, if you look at Facebook, they be like, who remembers this? What do you have? All your memories are sitting in the house.
Why do you feel... Alright, Well, I get why you would feel that way, but like,
Unless you're going over to your grandparents' house.
like, from what point do you say that? Because
Well,
it's not like I wasn't.
What?
Yeah, I said like, from what point do you say that? That's all really.
No. I heard from the point that, like, when I talk to your cousins, that's the main thing they say. It was like Elijah was never around to be around us. He was around to be able to be around his other family, but us, he was never around to do anything with us. So we don't get to have the same memories as we have with each other.
I mean, as far as with your kids, I have like a lot of memories. We played tag, stuff like that. How to go see.
And that was like when you were really, really young.
That's what I'm not like really, really young. I say like, are you talking middle school, high school time?
And then she said, when the lights turn on, you can go inside the house. Yeah. When the street lights was on, you ran in the house. He don't know nothing about that. What?
I'll do that from at your house. I do know. It was very much a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody would too. Not just us, it was everybody.
Cause even though you unschooled, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't been to no prom.
Mm-mm.
There's a lot of unschooled kids that's been to a prom.
Do you think that's really something I would be willing to do?
I think it's something that every kid should have experienced, yes.
Yeah. I feel
I
like
think
too,
it's-
but not every person does. And it's not like I wouldn't want to, but it's not like that was
You couldn't.
top. Mm-hmm.
Because you haven't been able to do the things that you were supposed to.
True.
That's all I'm saying.
It's true, but it, like, also, like, yeah, there's more to it, you know?
No.
Like, there's other stuff that I've done. That other stuff, like prom, that I would say I could have went to prom.
Yeah.
I didn't go to prom. It's not really something I was really just,
But I'm saying you could have went to prom.
yeah,
Several times.
several.
Several. No, you really could because you're a young man, yeah? And there's a lot of girls that you could have went to prom with.
Yeah,
But you didn't.
because I didn't want to go to prom.
I'm just saying, from outside looking in, when did you have the opportunity to really meet some girls that from high school that's in your neighborhood to go to a prom, to be their prom day because they didn't have anybody to go with?
Plenty of times.
So how many times you been asked to
Somebody asked
prom?
me to go to prom with them once.
And you said no? Of course, you didn't go. But you really needed to go.
I didn't want to. I mean, I didn't want to go like that.
What you mean you didn't want to go like that?
That wasn't something I was really eager to do.
But I think, see, and to me that's something that you would miss out on and wish you would have went to when you got older.
Oh, understandable.
That's what I'm saying. So I think you should have went.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shoulda, coulda, woulda at this point. It's not like I can't go now. I was 17, but like, not like something I'm really.
But you should go, just so you have a good memory. That's what I'm talking about when I say memories. A good childhood memory. Not, ooh, me and my mom did this, or me and my grandparents did this, or me and my aunties did this. So what you and kids did, that is just you and kids. And like I said, you guys have a circle that you were never around.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think
I
is,
do. I have a circle. I was not.
huh?
Yeah, I would say I have a circle. I was
Not around. You know what I'm saying? You can. I'm just saying.
I mean, I cannot argue. That's a big part. Like when it comes to everything, right? That is a portion where there was a lot of things I could have did. I never went to outdoor school. I never did those like achievement type of things that you do in school, those eventful things. And I don't
And those
know.
are things you could have went to.
I mean, like it's not something that you just come to terms with it. You know, it's not something that I'm like, oh, I wish I could have, because I mean, meanwhile, what I was doing was still impactful in my life.
Like what? Go ahead.
I would have never learned how to do video editing or anything like that if I didn't in those certain times. I wouldn't learn how to be as creative and have the abilities that I do. So
I think you should have been able to still learn that.
I would have
You
still
just,
been able to do it. I'm saying like to know it the way I do know it.
No,
Like
you
the
know
back
it.
of
You were
my
good.
head. I wouldn't be able to know any of that, and I wouldn't have the knowledge that I do have. I feel like I wouldn't have the vocabulary that I have because of.
No, because you still would have been homeschooled or unschooled. I'm not taking
No,
that
no,
away
no.
from you. I'm
All
saying, even with being unschooled and stuff, these are things you could have did.
I'm saying for everything that there was separate experiences for me, and also I would say, because it's not like at the same time as much as I would want to go to prom and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
I see this duality to it because it's a unique experience. It is a unique
Well, I know,
experience.
and
It's
it's
built
something-
it's built me at this point.
But
So
I'm
I
just
can't
saying,
really
as
be like, I wish I did this.
I'm just saying, it's something like when your kids get older, you're gonna want them to have that experience.
Yeah,
And-
and they're gonna have that experience. I just didn't have that experience.
But you should have.
Yeah,
That's all.
but
I'm
it didn't
saying.
happen, so I can't be mad at it.
I'm not telling you to be mad.
No, I'm saying like just in general.
I'm
I
just
don't have
saying,
any,
you did miss out on a lot of stuff. It's all
I
I'm
missed
saying.
out a lot, but I still did and have good times and memorable thoughts. There's times where I would do stuff with friends or do stuff with family that is always going to be there. Those times, and I would say I'm very family centric, but also like my cousins on the other side. As much as I should have been able to do on both sides, there just wasn't that. I mean, like, there just wasn't that. There was always something there. So, yeah, it's just unique.
I just think he missed out on a lot of stuff in life. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you had a horrible life and
Well, the thing
you were down in the jail, and I'm not saying that.
Well, the thing is though, like, I'm 17. I have the rest of my life. Hopefully, have the rest of my life to do whatever. And yes, it's not the childhood experiences that build you up and shape you and all that, but in reality, once I'm an adult, I can do really whatever I want. I can act like a kid. I can do the things that those
You can't
parents.
when you don't. That's the
Yes,
problem.
those
Yeah.
parents do that all the time. The parents.
Hey, you know how bad that looks.
I don't.
You know how bad that looks.
Ego aside, I can do whatever I want to do. I can go on that little water slide and do all that things that I could do. There's alternatives to all that too.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying, if you would have actually got to enjoy your childhood in
To
a
the
different
fullest,
to the fullest, I think it would be easier to actually get you to get done with your homework. Actually
I would
get
have,
you to
I would
get
be
done with this
more,
stuff.
I would have a lot more determination to do things.
That's what I'm
Because the way I was just, I was just kind of just stuck and stagnant, but I wasn't. I was growing in different areas, but I was stuck and stagnant in the sense of goals and achievements. I didn't have any goalposts that I really was running to. I was just living.
So what do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I mean, I know what I want to do, but I feel like there's so much that I want to do and so much that I want to achieve that I can't just be like this. I mean, I can be like this. I mean, for one, I would want some type of business, and I would want it probably smaller, and then I would want some type of business that is bigger. I don't know what that would be. It could be product based, it could be service based, but I want a smaller business and I want a bigger business. I do know that. As far as goals in life, I like to help people, so I want some type of nonprofit to be able to build as well.
Okay.
And just creative stuff like what I do now. I'll probably say go from freelance to just contract work in some type of sense. So say I was doing an editing thing, somebody wanted me to edit a music video, it'd be more contract based instead of like freelance. Yeah.
What's the difference?
I feel like freelance, you kind of cheap out in some areas, or you let some stuff go by because you're not established. So I would want to do freelance until I get established. Think like a movie director, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're freelance, so they're going to do the direction in the movie, and they're gonna listen to something else or let some other third party affect the way they're doing their job. Whereas I feel like if it's a contract work, they're gonna take more ownership of it, and they're gonna fully give their direction. They're fully give their vision. That was a bad.
It sure
thing to
was.
say. I said like a drawer, an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're doing a freelance art.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just saying freelance in general comes with a price type of mindset of you're doing something that's a little subpar. So
Hello, sweetie. Queens World.
Queens and Queens World.
I love them.
So yeah, I feel like when you do something like freelance, it's like it has some type of stigma to it. Not like a negative stigma, but like it has like a stigma like, oh, they're doing this freelance. It's like not as serious. Whereas
If you had a
if it was
contract.
a contract, it's big business.
But I think contract limits a freelancer. Like a freelancer
does.
is free
And I would be
to do what they want to do.
Yeah,
Where
and
a
I would
contract, you have to do, you have to follow the rules until the contract is over.
And I feel like that's why it would be a contract. It would be freelance until I can get to the point of contracting, because ideally I would be so busy doing other things in life that I would only want to do this thing and stick to this, and stick to this project to see it through, stick to this project and see it through. So say someone's doing an album, right?
Mm-hmm.
An album, you have engineers, you have all these things, all these people. If they're freelance, they're not going to put as much effort because they're not trying to see the vision all the way through. Whereas if you have a contract, they're going to see it through because they're more invested. Just for example, you get a music engineer right now, you get a freelance or part-time in the studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not really like that much of a work relationship. I feel like when you have a contract with somebody, they get in the studio with you, you start to build some type of chemistry. They start to pick up on what you want to do, what direction you want
She
to go.
said, "Hey, fam, we love you too."
Yeah.
Y'all don't know how much I love you guys, and I love my songs too. Sorry,
You do be watching a lot.
I do.
But, yeah, so that's what I would say the direction would be.
Okay.
But
I still don't understand the contract and freelance. I mean, I get what you're trying to say. You have more of a commitment with the contract than you do with the freelance. But at
I
the
wouldn't
same
mind still
time,
doing freelance. I'm saying like I wouldn't be able to pick as much jobs up if I have successful businesses going. If I'm doing this, because I like to be busy. I don't like to be stuck, because if I'm stuck, I'll be stuck for a while.
and be bored.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
Because he's talented, y'all. He be really doing my editing and my videos. I mean, I have to strangle him a couple of times just to get him on track.
I would say sometimes, yeah, just a little.
Just a little bit of strangling.
Just
Just a little bit of strangling to get him on track to like get my videos out on time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like the other show. And then he's gonna give me another show. So this is what's cracking me up about my nephew. He already struggling with 2 shows, right, on YouTube. Now he has 2 other shows. One that he's creating for me, and then another show. So that's 4 shows on YouTube that he gotta take care of. But he is struggling. I need help with my nephew.
Okay, so when it comes to that, right? I said let's do.
Appreciate your love and support. I don't know. I just feel so. You're like y'all celebrities. I'm like, oh, they love me. Okay.
I feel like I just sparked up the idea because it's not that much of a commitment, honestly. We could do the recording in about 3 days, and then not even 3 days like together, 3 separate days, and then I could just put it all together.
Thank you. He does do an awesome job. It's just getting him to do it. And I get what you're saying. It's simple, but you gotta understand you're doing the songs,
Yeah, and
making the music,
and
doing it all, and then making sure that I'm doing it. And you're not good at making sure that I follow through. I have to make sure I follow
I'm
through.
not, but I would, if we doing what we're saying we're finna do, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it to just be you. I wouldn't want 𝒮𝑇 maybe.
No, I want them all too. I want 𝒮𝑇.
You hear it on the little Coco Melon and all that. They got the whole choir going.
No, I want all of
it.
them.
Young man. So it's like I would want it to be, a little bit more cohesive.
No, I do. I would get some extra kids just to do it. You are celebrities to me. That's the thing. You are celebrities. Y'all don't understand. I just love them. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'll mess up somebody's song. I can't sing, but I know it's right.
Trying to sing the intro and stuff.
And I can't even do the beat.
No, stop. Please stop.
I can do it, Queen.
No. That's not what we came on here to do.
I don't know. Y'all are on here, and I tell you, if you do not follow Queen and Queen's World, I'm gonna have some issues because they are just amazing to me. I love them. And now they do all the inspirational and motivation, which I love. Period. I love people who talk about inspiration and motivation because I think we are so down on ourselves and negative towards ourselves, and we don't understand how to appreciate ourselves and appreciate who we are and cheer our own selves on. We too busy want somebody to cheer for us. And it's just so nice that they do this. And they have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday filled up. And it is awesome and it's amazing. And then I have to listen to it on the thing. And so, yeah. Again, I'm working on, he makes sure that I comment. But I have to get off the TV to comment. Because I can't comment on the TV.
No,
Is there a way to comment on the TV?
You just gotta be on your phone.
Yeah. And I be doing stuff around the house. And then, Monday through Thursday, I'm chasing my glam baby. Y'all don't know. That girl be running.
She's crazy. She crazy in a good way, though. But she crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So do you have any, advice for young men? That's one of my questions I want. Any advice for young men who are dating? Because I have just noticed young men don't know how to approach a young lady to date. And I know my way is like old school. Because I'm old school. I love old school. Mm-hmm. But is there like a newer way to do it where a young man could go and approach a young lady?
I feel like it's kind of difficult. To an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what
she said all that. She said, all things fam, that's what's up.
So yeah, I feel like it's difficult because there's so much going on. Like now. Like you say back in my day.
Back in my day.
You can say that. Like
I love back in my day.
You didn't have all the electronic stuff.
No, but my thing is still I don't like how men come up and even approach my daughter. I don't even know. I don't even like how they approach me to approach my daughter.
But you have to think about it though. What example do they have?
I don't know.
They don't have no good example.
Well,
because a lot of, if you look up statistically,
yeah,
a lot of fatherless households, a lot of things like that. So it's like, and then even just now, they try to make it to where it's not really father and role that much. I mean, I'm not saying it right, but anyway.
I was like, I don't know where you go.
Either way it comes from, there's a lack of father figure, father role, father anything. So
yeah, but then there's uncles and cousins
yeah.
that can come in and play. You don't have to have your daddy there.
But you gotta think about it. If they have a generation before that where there was a disconnect, then they're gonna act like that, act a certain way, and then that's what they're seeing.
Well, because my thing is, I know how I raise my sons, and they don't do nothing. I raise them.
You can say that, but then what do they see? You gotta go off what they see as well.
Okay, but they've seen their dad, they've seen their uncles, they cousin the people that make sure that is around them.
But
they've
what do they
seen
see
them.
the world do?
Okay, see that I can't do what the world do. You can't. Why copy the world? The world ain't making no sense.
Yeah, but I mean they live in the world. So.
But they also live to see men who are very respectful to the women and treat women correctly too. Because that's a lot of things that's hard for single moms to do, is to make sure that their sons are around positive role models.
Yeah, father figures, that's important. But if they see that, right, they may not be taking in everything, and they're following something. So what are they following? They're following maybe social media. They're following maybe some on YouTube, things like that. So there's all this other influence you expect them to go about it one way, they're gonna fall to a different way.
So that's true. So she said it's different now. These young girls don't want the gentleman; they want the thug. Follow the oldest fam, the old school fam. I know, and like I said, I've never been like just one old school. Like I know I want a man to protect me, so if some the pop off. I don't want him to run ahead of me and leave me behind. Be like, feet don't fail me now. But I also, want him to be a gentleman. Like my mom made sure to say, don't you dare respond to somebody calling you baby, mommy, all that. Those are the names that you can get if you guys got a relationship with them. But if somebody calling, and then you best not look if they call you a B. You best not even turn your head.
But and then that's the thing too.
And I was scared of my mama, so I didn't look.
You're saying on the men's side, there's also the female side too. So it's not really. Well,
I don't know how many women are asking guys out, and I know a woman ain't going, yo, bro, come on over. I know a woman ain't doing that.
I'm saying as far as being approachable.
Oh no, you can't do that because some faces, we just have some evil. Like your auntie, you know which one I'm talking about. She looks evil.
But I'm not even saying that.
But
I'm saying the reaction.
Yeah.
Because I'll say, for example, I was with your son.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the public transportation system, and there was this girl, and she was looking at him, constantly eyeing him. But when he finally confronted, what her reaction was, I have a boyfriend, extra loud. And so it's like, what's
gave off
going
that
on?
mixed feeling like
Yeah, so it's like, you're trying to embarrass somebody for what?
Yeah.
So
I never said it was easy talking to females.
No,
females
no,
are
I'm saying
crazy.
it's difficult. It's a different time too.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people will do that on social media, then they build a weird relationship.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I pray that like my daughter and my nieces and all them, they will not, not answer to a missed calling and make sure that guy, because you can actually make sure somebody approach you correctly without dumbing down them, making them look stupid, trying to embarrass them. You could easily just be like, I don't even know what to say because, it's different than nowadays. I don't even know what to say.
There's stuff you can say, and there's stuff on both sides. I'm just saying, where there's not really enough of like a strong example.
Have you ever just went up and talked to a girl?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you do it?
I just did it.
Okay, what did you say? I know you did it. If I said, did you do it? But how did you go? How did you approach her?
Just
See,
small talk. You just icebreaker type thing.
Like how?
Like you go in with a nice icebreaker. Some. Just start a dumb car. It could be a stupid question.
Well, can you give us an
Because
example? Some don't mean. What does that mean?
You could literally say, how's the weather today? Something stupid. You could really say that because nobody engages in conversation now.
That's true.
So it's really easy. Like, it's so easy. Only problem is people have is confidence. So it's like, are you even going to be able to do it is the question.
Okay. So you're like, oh, how's the weather? And she goes, it's fine, even though you're outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if there's any young men listening,
I would say that. Don't do that. I'm saying any icebreaker like that. It could be so.
But some people need examples. They learn from hands-on experience.
All right, we could go with the what's the weather, but you got to transition into some other way. You got to give off a certain type of energy.
Like how?
Like you could be like, what's the weather, right? Slide in what's your name? Slide in social media.
Okay.
You're done.
I don't know what the slide in is. And I know kids do, but like, so you go, so what's the weather? Even though we're outside in the weather.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your name?
Yeah. Transition.
And do you have an Instagram that I can?
You got this, then there you go. Then from there.
And do it with confidence.
Yes.
Make sure you throw out that confidence vibe. Don't do it scared and shy, because then they're going to shut you down.
No, they're not always going to shut you down. I did the shy before I didn't know what I was really doing. I did plenty of time shy. I even did the shy when I knew what I was doing. So it's not even about that. It's just, you always have to give it like a genuine energy too.
My nephew sounds like a little player. I don't know how I'm feeling about it.
No, it's not even like that. It's just
Okay,
fun
so
at times.
yeah. So can you give me another example besides like, what's the weather?
You can use a pickup line. People like pickup lines.
Like what? The pickup lines are corny.
It's just cheesy pickup lines.
Okay.
You can do a pickup line everybody knows and then transition it to somebody talking to you. It's not really, I feel like it really is just the engaging, because it probably would be difficult your generation because everybody was more, I mean, like, you gotta think right now, especially COVID, people have been in their house all day. People are just now starting to go back to school. There's just now that kind of face-to-face social thing.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be like a lot of awkward time and a lot of just weird.
This is a good time for y'all to go and use the corny pickup line.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So old school still really comes into play.
It does, but it also doesn't, because there's always, like, I mean, like, really, I feel like you could really just say anything. So it doesn't have to be respectful.
That's what I don't like.
It doesn't have to be, it should be respectful.
But that's what I don't like.
But it doesn't have to be respectful, because people will say anything. And they will still get at least the social media. You
So
might not
why
get
do
the
women
number.
do that?
I mean, and also a good way to test the waters too. If you ask for the number, right? Then they say you have this, you have this, you have Instagram, you have social Snapchat, something like that. Then it's like, okay, you're not really feeling me like that, so you know.
So that tells them don't really act. What you
Yeah,
feel?
because you don't want everybody on your number.
What I
Like
feel
that's just weird.
about what?
Like, how do men? I mean, no, I'm not gonna say that. How do guys approach you?
I don't know. They just, I don't know. People just be like, oh, you're pretty. And then like, yeah, that's pretty much it. But they ask like for my number, or they ask if I have a boyfriend, stuff like that. Like, that's pretty much it. Or
So they do come up and talk to you. They don't just
uh-huh.
yell and say, yo,
Well, most of
shorty.
them, yeah.
I mean, they don't say shorty anymore, but your
Yeah,
baby
don't say
girl.
that. Don't say that, man. People still say that.
Oh, they still say
People
shorty?
say it all
So
the
they don't come out to you and say, yo, shorty.
No, they ain't gonna say it with the accent. Especially not here. You got it completely wrong. You got it completely wrong.
Oh, yo, shorty. That they do.
Something like this closer to that than what you were saying before. Most definitely closer to
Yeah,
that.
shorty.
Especially here. Especially, you realize what do we have?
Do you know how many people are not from here?
But I'm saying they still get around the people that's here.
I feel like those are the people that have the most respect.
And
They
those
do.
are the people that will
Yeah,
go about it the right way.
Because there's been like people.
Because I've been hit on like that, really. Well, not shorty, but they come at me and then they
They
always
come at you
say,
completely different.
yeah, then they always go, where you from? And I'll be like, here. Nah, man, nah. Where your mama from? Okay, then see, you didn't ask about my mama, you asked about me. They always
That's
say I'm
because
too nice.
people here are strange.
Yeah, they say it's evil. The people here are mean mugging, especially the black people are.
But they're not that. Okay, I would say we're friendly, but we're not friendly.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like a stab in the back type of friendly.
Oh, see, no, I can't.
Whereas you go to somewhere else, they just stab you in the back type thing. You know, like they just give you the mean mug face and all that.
They
But I
ain't
feel
sent me
like
in the
black
back.
people
They just
here-
letting you know right now. Don't come at me with no bull crap.
Yeah, but then like they don't really want to talk like that. Or they don't have like a, you know, smiley, cheery type of mood.
Who?
People want, like, if say if you go to New York right now, you're not just gonna be able to talk to everybody.
I don't know because I remember my auntie told me and your other auntie, do not smile. You better mean mug. Don't you dare. So
'Cause
you
that's
know,
what
we
they
walking.
do.
Yeah, so we walking down the street, and these guys said, "Y'all are too beautiful. Why are y'all looking like that?" All we can do then was smile because we've been waiting to smile for so long. And then when we were smiling, people were nice to us. But
No,
my
I'm
auntie
saying
had me
people
going
there.
looking all ill.
Because people there, they keep that type of.
Yeah,
From.
but then when I was in Texas, oh my
That's
goodness, the energy and so much of love. They're like, "How you doing, sister?" I'm like, talking to me. And then they're like, "Yeah, how you doing? Oh, your outfit looks nice." And then he was with his girlfriend. She's like, "Yeah, he was wearing that outfit. There was no jealousy. There was no issue."
And it's
It
also,
made me feel so good.
It's just a good energy.
You can't get
The
that
black
down
people
here.
here is not like nowhere near like that. Because my brother went over there and he's saying his neighbors just came to him and just talked to him and they act like they just got it like that.
Yeah.
With the accent and everything. And
but then when
that's
you
just how
hear
it
it,
is.
so
you don't get that at all.
that's why I get
And I try to be nice to people
so
too. I try to be nice to people. I could be nice to white people. White people, woo, hey. I be nice to black people. White people, it's just a little animosity for no reason.
You gotta give black people here compliments, and that works very well. I give them compliments, and I get cheesed at. Then they laugh and smile.
Yeah.
Cause I'll go, oh, you looking good. You're doing that. Or when I see them working, cause every time I see like a black construction worker or something like that, I always give them. Cause you don't see them that often. Well, here you don't.
Yeah.
I don't know where you see them anywhere else, but in Portland you don't see it that often. So when I see them, I be yelling out the window, tell them they looking good. I'm proud of them. Remember when I was gonna give everybody an award? I was gonna give them an award. I wanted to give them an award because it was working.
Yeah, but it's serious though, because
Yeah.
it's like I feel like you gotta kind of be that light, especially here,
Mhm.
because there's nobody to really go off of. So, you know, I'm not the most social person, but I try to put myself in those scenarios.
Oh, you're a lot better than when you were younger.
Oh, definitely,
Way better.
definitely. I don't know how I built social skills. I feel like I always had it, but I just didn't know how to just manifest it.
Yeah. See, and I think because you was locked up in prison.
And it was also that too. Low key, it was also that.
Well, you weren't in prison. I was just joking.
It wasn't prison, but I didn't really get out like that. So
I
when I
think
did
that's
get out like that,
You
and I
were
was
free.
not even out like that. But when I was, it was just kind of just there. I mean, I feel like a lot of people have social skills. Some people are just socially awkward, but I never felt like I'm just super socially awkward.
You were when you were younger.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Do you feel socially awkward?
Me? No, I just don't talk to nobody. Is that socially awkward?
Yeah.
I guess I just don't want to talk to nobody.
But you don't like nobody.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if that's socially awkward, but I just.
I feel I like people though. I entertain somebody that, you know, a user.
Because you're Oregonian.
Me? It's because it's too many.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I can't.
Y'all don't know. My poor child. I damaged her. She don't like certain people. And I can't stop it. I be trying. Be nice. Right?
How can I be nice if you're not nice?
I'm very nice. I'm a nice person.
Eli, is mommy nice?
You're nice to people
Thank you.
that you don't know.
Exactly.
I'm nice to people I do know.
That's cat. That is. Oh
That's
my God,
where it
that's
kind
cap.
of gets a little
Just say
foggy.
no, she's not nice.
Hmm?
See, that's where it gets a little foggy.
How does it get foggy?
When do you think you're nice?
You can pick and choose.
Was I not nice to you now?
You're saying this a lot. You're saying this a lot. You're actually putting yourself out here and saying this a
I
lot.
was about to sing.
You're saying this in real life. You're actually
said
saying
that.
this in real life.
I'm just saying, I am a really nice person.
No, you're not.
When you want to be, yes.
No, I'm
Well, I
not.
feel like-
Until you step on my shoe.
I feel like you're nice to people that you don't put.
I'm just it's
Okay.
an analogy, not like I really care if somebody step on my shoe. I'm talking about, unless you push a button,
Putting you right here.
Your
This is
buttons are
circle,
easy
right?
to push. You don't even gotta push
This is
them.
your
Just
circle.
no, your button's probably.
This is your circle, right?
my
This is
button.
your circle.
Yeah.
This is your outer circle.
Mhm.
This is your even further outer circle.
Mhm.
This circle, I would put intermediate family, people that you would call on it. You know, some you gotta at least talk to these people within 2 weeks. These people, this circle right here, right?
Mhm.
So that's like sisters, you know, niece, nephew, family, all that type of stuff, right?
Okay.
Then you got the other circle, right? You got in this circle, you got like not even friends, you got acquaintance.
Okay.
Alright. And then on the other circle you just got strangers that you see, you know, you might seen them before but not really like that.
Mhm.
I feel like you're really close, you're really nice to the first two circles. And as you start getting closer and closer within the
The
first
family?
circle,
Mhm.
yeah, the first circle, that's where you know there's more animosity.
Animosity?
This is the best way to put it. You know, it's a little bit more aggression. I feel like
Is it just me being truthful?
See you being
I wouldn't
rude.
even say truthful. You know, it's just a side that you will only show to those type of people. You wouldn't go out to the other two circles and completely go off. Now you may go off, but you're not gonna completely go off. You would say possibly a bad word. You may be on the road. They happen to do something that's quite foolish. You may happen to slip out a bad word. But as far as some, or you might be in an argument, I wouldn't even say you pull out the bad word. You might just say something that's very not nice. So, in those two circles, within those two outer circles, there's really not too much that's negative that you're going to show.
I'm nicer. Honestly, I'm nicer to the people that are in my immediate circle.
Yeah, but you could be nicer, but you also can be,
Yeah, I'm just not. You just get the full
you get
me.
both sides. That's what I'm saying. Whereas, I would say a lot of people are the same way. I wouldn't say I'm completely the same way. I would treat you a different way if we're just close like that. You just, it's kind of unfiltered. But I also handle myself differently around different people. So, as everyone should, not everyone does, but everyone should, because, that's what you should do.
But I'm nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what circle you're talking about, I'm still nice.
Yeah, just not 24/7. I feel like you would be there's some constant for the complete outer circle.
Mm-mm.
Except for altercations.
Mm-mm.
You give people aggression.
Mm-hmm.
Strangers.
Mm-hmm. If you push me to that level,
And that's what I'm
if
saying.
you come at me wrong, I'm gonna come back at you wrong. I'm trying to work on it. I'm not perfect.
I feel like you don't always come back at people wrong though.
I do. It's just quick, and then I go back to it's quick and nice.
Oh,
Like it's not like if I'm yelling at my kids, y'all too. When I'm yelling at you guys, it's gonna be different because you're not following the rules, and I'm guiding you to the next level. Where somebody comes into my area and try to say something, I'll snap.
No, you do snap. I would not say you don't snap.
And then I go back to being normal.
But there's also to go back, that's what I'm saying. And you will snap, but you will not snap in a completely disrespectful way. It will be slightly disrespectful, a pinch like a pinch of salt, but it won't be like...
That's only because usually the outer circle is when I snap, they don't respond back.
Yeah.
If they respond back, then it's different.
Okay. Oh, I haven't seen that.
That's what I'm saying, because usually when I snap, people leave me alone. The middle circle, whereas you, Avi, your mom, my husband,
Your kid, all your kids.
all my kids, I'll snap. But the problem is, y'all snap back. Well, you won't snap back. You'll talk to me respectfully. My kids, they will talk back smartly, and now I'm on another level. But if you just talk to me normally and don't have a smart mouth and not being rude or disrespectful, I don't really get mad.
I can tell you be wanting to be mad sometimes.
Huh?
You be wanting to be mad sometimes.
I don't want you to be mad.
No, you want.
I just want you to tell me what's really going on in that dang brain of yours because it doesn't make sense.
Yes, but I try to come about it a certain way. I don't like to be.
Because you play me like I'm stupid.
I do not play. I don't play anybody.
Elijah plays me like I'm
play
stupid,
nobody.
y'all.
I don't play nobody.
Yeah, you do. You do. You play me like I'm stupid.
You're not a game. You're not a PlayStation. You're not an Xbox. I don't need to play you.
But you do.
I don't even play.
You do.
I feel like.
You do though.
Yeah, I don't like to instantly go to aggression. I mean, there's certain people I would instantly go to aggression.
It's not even aggression. I just want. Okay, let me tell you about Elijah, you guys, because he seems so sweet and kind. Oh, my nephew, he's a sweet guy. Okay. He has those great qualities, but he will say something that you know is very disrespectful, or he'll talk to you to shut you up. So, when my kids will go, but being disrespectful and out of place. 𝒿ᴏᴜ'𴑚, I am so sorry if you took it that way. I did not mean for you to take it that way. I will try my best to do it better. 5 seconds later, he did it again. I am so sorry. I did that to you. It's just to shut you up.
It's not always.
It's never. It is. It's never like, let me just. Okay, you know what, Auntie? You right. You right. I got you. I'm gonna do better, and then he does better. No, he does to shut you up, and then 5 minutes later he'll do it. Matter of fact, that same day you can be like, Eli, I done told you 10 million times. This is the video. Needs to be out. Video don't come out till 2 or 3 days later.
Nah, don't say that.
I have to threaten your life.
I feel like it's a little bit better. It's gotten better over time.
What time did the video come out today? What time did the video come out today?
I still need to get your information on my phone. I don't have that. But anyway, I would say I was once right here when I did that. I started to, I didn't know I was doing that. I really didn't know.
You tell what I just recently said?
No, not even recently. I just, something just kind of clicked, I was like, dang, I am kind of just doing that too much. So when I realize it, I don't try. I try not to do that. But I really do be so genuine in the moment. That's why people really believe me, because I really be so serious. I really be so serious in that moment. I really be so serious in that moment. Like, I'm so serious, so genuine.
He be apologizing. Oh, no, right, Auntie, you know what? My favorite one is when you go, Auntie, I really appreciate you coming at me like this.
Because I really do, because I don't really see it, Like, if someone calls me out on something I don't see, I'm going to be like, I genuinely appreciate it. So it's not like I...
But then 5 seconds later, you do it again.
I don't realize I have to really realize I'm doing it, because I'll be like, all right, I'm doing it. Or I'm doing what she said. Once I do that, then it clicks, right? That's why I would say recently it's been like that. Like, you did do something, and it wasn't like... I feel like in life you got the option yes or no, right? Mm. But sometimes there's a maybe. And so when things aren't black and white, you pick that mid lane.
There's no midline. Now let's just go with God. You're hot or you cold. There's no in between. There's no lukewarm. Let's just go with God's analogy, because we're not doing your analogy, because your analogy is and then it doesn't even make sense.
Okay, so you got hot and cold. You got yes and no. Right?
Yes.
Yes and no. So it's like, do I do this? Forget the yes and no. That's what it really be like sometimes. Or yes, but no. So it's a partial yes, but it's also no.
No, why don't you just, I
mean, that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm told to do this, so I'm going to do this.
That's what the ideal thing is, right? But you also, you got to start from somewhere. You're not always at the top. You're not always at the peak.
Well, how long does it take you to get to the top, for real? Because we've been doing this for years.
I'm leveling up. Just give me my time. So, there's the yes and no. There's the yes and no. And, I'm trying to be more strong in the yes. But sometimes or sometimes I want to, and mentally I feel like I can, but I just simply can't. Mm. Like say I see something, right? Mm-hmm. I'm finna lift this car. Somebody just got their car busted down, right? I'm finna lift this car to the place. I try to get to the thing, start lifting the car. I'm like, oh, this is not finna work. Yeah. But mentally, I was all for it. Like, yes, I'm finna lift your car all the way to the nearest dealership, right? But then when it comes to the action, it's just not physical. It's not physical.
But see, that's not what reality is hitting on. I get what you're saying. When you're in your mind, you have it. Even like people borrow money, they really have it in their mind to pay it back. But then when they get their money, another bill comes, and then they like, I want to pay you back, but I got to pay this bill or I'm going to be right back in the same situation. Mm-hmm. So they're climbing is they're trying to get out this hole that they can't get out of. Sure. That's not you.
Yes.
No, you be like, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to really get that paper and I'm just going to fold it up and put it in the envelope. Mm-hmm. And then you go, I'm going to do that later.
No.
And then later comes and you can't find it. You don't forgot you was even gonna put the letter in the paper in the envelope.
Sometimes it's like that, but most.
Oh
no. There is
there
so
you
much.
go, you liar. You're doing it again.
It's never just narrow. It's never really just black and white like that.
No, it is.
It's black and white when you make it black and white. You gotta make it black and white. You really gotta force it to be black and white.
But you don't.
I don't force it to be black and white.
You want to be all kinds of swirly colors and I'm gonna come right back to it. And no, I'm not coming back to it. And you know you're not coming back to it. You be in like, yes, I'm gonna do it, but you know darn well if you don't do it right there, you ain't doing it.
No, and that's the type of person I am. I gotta do it.
Exactly,
Like,
and you don't.
Shit happens.
So now I gotta babysit you like you're 2 years old and you're not.
Not all the time. Not all the time. Just sometimes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You said not all the time, right?
You just said the books. Right.
And you know I'm gonna go to the books. Because just sitting here today, being at the house and you did the books and you did it very well. And even with just a little nudge, and you would get off and I'm like, okay, stop doing that, pay attention to that, you can do that on the next one. That little nudge is all you need. And I've been saying that period. Somebody needs to nudge you.
Yeah.
That's it. You can do it. But if somebody doesn't nudge you, you're not going to nudge yourself.
No.
So you need somebody who's going to go like this, and they need to. You're one of those people that most people don't want to have at a job. You need a supervisor who's going to be over your shoulders. A lot of people, but I hate working with somebody over my shoulder, but you need it.
Yeah. Sometimes it do that.
No, all the time. There's no sometimes. There's a 99.9. I'll say 98% point that you need somebody on your shoulder to push you. There's 2% that's a 9. That's because you know how to go to the bathroom by yourself and you can get your own drink of liquid by yourself.
No, but I do get what you're saying. I do definitely work better with the overhead, the oversight, the overview.
You do.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it, but if you know that, then that's what you need to be requesting.
I would say, I mean, yes and no, but it's also something you gotta work towards not doing and not relying on it.
Yeah, but I think that once you do it consistently enough, pretty soon you don't need it because it's now formed a habit.
I get it. It's like putting training wheels on.
Mm-hmm. You learn how to ride a bike with the training wheels. Then you slowly take the training wheels off and you're driving. You're on the bike.
Can't stop, yeah.
Yeah, now you want to roll it, bike ride all over the place. So that's what you need until you build that up on your own to do it yourself. Like I said, you have so many skills. Y'all don't know how many skills this brother has. He has so many different skills. Like, he's like a genius in the world. It's like, oh my God, this boy is bomb. But if you don't sit over his shoulders, you ain't gonna see the bombness.
You're gonna see different bomb.
No, you just ain't gonna see the bombness.
It's gonna be a different bomb. It's gonna blow up in your face.
So this is good. We talked about you and your social thing and still didn't get nothing done with that one.
Why don't you go back to it? What time is it?
It is, I don't know, 6:36. Go ahead.
6:30. We usually be done, 7?
7:30, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do to get you? Were you talking to your friends?
I mean, really,
and
it was
your
just
family?
it was already addressed. You mess one thing up, it kind of everything falls,
Yeah.
So you just gotta be upright.
So you gonna be upright?
Yeah. I've been already trying to get upright. With me, I told you, like when I was finna buy my phone, right? It's like you gotta convince yourself to do it. I also gotta convince myself not to do it. So it's like, yeah, I affirm to myself something and then it manifests. And it really, I would say this.
Okay.
I had really good self-discipline. Hear me out. I had really good self-discipline in like beginning COVID. Somewhere I lost my self-discipline and it's just been gone. And I mean self-discipline and if I wanted to do something, I could do it. I had the willpower. I would say I've been slowly trying to build back my willpower. Because, with like, I mean, like, it's so serious because you have a certain amount of willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Like, someone would say, like, you, like, in life, there's certain things that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So, I would say, I want to do this, or I want to accomplish this before I go to bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say beginning stage COVID, right? I was really ambitious. I was really just, I don't know, driven for whatever reason. And it wasn't just that. I built self-discipline, like actually self-discipline, to where if I wanted to do something, I could do it, and I know I could do it.
Yeah.
And so there'd be times, right, where it'd be like, oh, it's getting kind of late. I want to go to bed, but also I need to do this. I was able to do that and then go to bed. Now, I got to plan ahead and do all this other stuff. And so I've been slowly building back my self-discipline to where I'd be like, do this and I can do that.
I've never seen self-discipline. So
You haven't seen it, but that's because you haven't seen everything, you know? You haven't
But
seen
I'm just saying,
the
I've been
full
working with you
inner
your whole life, and I have yet to ever see it.
That's because it's just
Ever.
something that you see. I mean,
Ever.
there's been times where it'd be like, oh, like, for example, your video, right? I need to do her video. I don't want to do her video, but I told myself I'm going to do her video when it got done. I'm not talking freestyle. I'm talking about months ago when I was on my street. So, so let's not talk about now. But so like I said, it's slowly been a build up, and it's not like.
So are you going to build up and just be on point?
Yeah.
Like, when are you going to do that?
It comes with time. I don't know a definite time.
Is it going to be when you're 32? Because I need you
I mean,
now.
hopefully it's soon. You know, I feel like there really is just like everything in life. We want some type of balance. And you're always going to fall off balance, but you want to have some type of.
Your mom said your self-discipline is when you exercise.
Oh, I would say actually, yeah, that's like when I'm at my peak, when I can actually exercise whenever I want, because sometimes I want to exercise, but I can't actually exercise. So that's a good determining factor on whether I am self-disciplined, determined at that time.
I'm just saying, you need to be self-disciplined to do everything, and it shouldn't be a slow build-up to do it.
No, it's not a slow, I wouldn't say it's a slow
It's
build-up.
a slow build-up.
I would say it is a build-up, though, because it's not like.
I've been knowing you your whole life. Yeah. I've been knowing you your whole life, and I'm going to tell you, you slow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the self-discipline. Apparently, your mom has with the exercise, but your discipline is... Woo.
I would say no. I would say no. I would definitely
Well, I know
say no.
you're going to say no.
I mean, of course, but
Because
I'm
you're
saying
just making
no.
up stuff as you go.
I'm not even making anything up. This is actually so serious.
No, it's not
The
serious.
self-discipline thing is so serious.
But you
have
don't.
everybody has like a certain amount of willpower, right? Like, I'm
No,
so-
everybody has
yes.
willpower. You don't choose to use it or you don't.
No,
And you don't
That's
use
not
yours
true.
unless it again benefits Elijah
that's not true.
and Elijah.
Oh, I would definitely do something that benefits me.
Yeah.
And if I see it.
But you won't do it if you're supposed to.
What do you mean?
If the rules is do this, you're not gonna do it. But if
Okay.
Elijah wants to do this, he'll do it.
It depends.
No. it
Because there's
doesn't.
sometimes Eli doesn't want to do something and it doesn't happen. So that's what I'm saying. It does come down to the pool of willpower.
No. And your mom said you run out of time. You're not getting it better.
Oh, I run out of time?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. She said that, you should have already changed since you've been doing this since you was 0.
I would say yes and no. I feel like I really did have a late start. Because I feel like I'm just now together in a certain extent.
What?
Yes. Why do you say what?
Because when did you have a late start in?
In a lot of things. I didn't start doing a lot of things till later in life.
Like what?
Like the basic essentials, that you kind of, the fundamentals that you have, they build slowly for me.
What basic fundamentals that you have that you built? What you talking about?
Just life, things that you need in life. It wasn't like a there. It wasn't just there, you know?
Just let me-
Like, I feel like when you get to a certain age, you know, like, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I had to get to another stage before I could say I could do this, I can do this, I can do this.
But I don't think that has anything to do with saying that you had a late start in anything.
It wasn't a late start, but it was not, I would say a late start. Yeah.
I don't know if you had a late start in.
I would late start in different aspects. I mean, everyone has their own type, like, own
Okay,
thing
well,
that they
you,
grow up with.
but the main thing is from the womb till you're 7 years old, teaches you how to learn and all those abilities.
Yeah.
And I don't think you had a late start with that.
No, I'm not talking about like a late start. I'm talking about like, okay, there's two smarts, right? You know, you got your street smarts and you got your actual mental, fortitude type thing, right?
Yeah.
I would say when it comes to street smarts, I was like one step behind the curve, if that makes sense. Possibly even two. But I was saying for sure like a step behind the curve. So
Right.
mentally I was fine. Just in everything. Like I feel like I had to catch up a little bit.
Catch up in what?
Just in life. In that like skill set, right? Say there's two skill sets. You got your
But you was able to
fundamentals,
learn
you got your
both. You
logistics.
just either chose not to do it because you were always around to do both.
You said I was always around to do both.
Yeah, because like you gotta think about it. So when you were a baby, of course,
Mm-hmm.
you was wobbling. You wasn't really talking. When you got old enough, you started being able to be out in the world and to be social. Y'all just chose really not to be social. Like you had the opportunity to be social.
You said that, but I mean, like, I didn't start off really that social. I mean, everyone starts off a different way. There's people that's like super outgoing and things like that.
Yeah, but that's your personality.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that you start off slow with your personality.
It's
That's
not. I'm
just
saying
your personality.
okay. A better way to say it would be is I had to pick up other things that were not really me, I guess. Like you got Basie Liar right here, right? And you got everything he's got going on. Like, we'll say since you brought up social, right?
Yeah.
We'll say the social skill, right, was like pretty low. I had to build that up in a way.
But no, you had it the whole time.
Yeah, but I didn't have it.
But no, you chose not to use it because y'all chose just to look at each other.
It wasn't really a choice. Like it's not like in the moment. It's not a clear choice.
You're not making no sense.
Yes,
She said, "Are you talking about socially because you were taught fundamentally?"
Everybody was taught fundamentals. I'm talking about as far as execution. Like I didn't feel like I could execute, and I wasn't talking social. I was talking about just in general. But
Like in general, like what?
like we can say in social aspects, just like different aspects in life. Like you've got, let's see, work ethic. You've got social skill. You've got, what do you need in life?
But you have all that.
I have all that.
No, but I'm just saying you were taught.
I'm
all
saying like I didn't connect the dots on all of it. Is what I would say.
Well, that's because you're a spoiled brat.
At the time I was. Yeah. Well, you could. Well,
No, you're still a spoiled brat. But no, that's really what it is. You never had to work at it, and it was always an excuse why you couldn't do such and such. It was never like you need to get up off your ass and do it. It was always, oh my God, no, he can't do this because he stubbed his toe. Oh my God, no. It was stuff like that. So you was always babied.
yeah, and then to work against that.
So yeah, but that didn't mean you didn't have it. It just meant that I like when people baby me more than anything else. People do that. Kids do it all the time. They
You
choose.
can
They
default to
think
that,
they like because they choose like they really like to be they any kid you can ask, they want to be able to have things always their way. There's not one kid in the world that don't want it their way. The problem is you are one of those kids that got to have it always your way. And if you could have went to anybody, if somebody said no to you, you could have went to anybody else, and everybody would have, oh no, my poor Elijah, no, let's give it to him, the boochie boochie, oh the boochie boochie, and you got it. So you never had to work hard for anything that you had to give, because there was always so many people there to give you what you need. So right now it's like you want me to take ownership for who I am when I never had to.
Oh, that's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. That's where we're gonna go. That's what a very good point. Yeah, I think that's what that is.
That's a very,
Yeah, because that's one thing is, like I said, because you and my one son are so much alike. The difference is you got everything that you wanted, so you didn't steal, or he steal. You guys are so freaking much alike. And of course you can talk. You have really great verbal skills. So and that verbal skills get you in a long way, and that's how you get away with a lot of stuff. Cause of your verbal skills. Which I'm not hating on it because that works.
I don't even feel like it's just that. It's just the way I move in general.
No, but it is. It's all that, because you give great eye contact. Like I said, I've seen it. Like when we go out, you are giving great eye contact with your mom and Avi. They be all looking other places and all that. And you be into it, knowing darn well if we did a quiz, you probably would have failed the quiz. Yeah, I mean you might have passed it because you take bits and pieces to be able to make it seem like you listen.
You not do the same thing.
Oh, I do the same thing too.
I'm just saying.
I do the same thing too, but I'm just saying you have those skills, and that's where it is. Yeah. And so it gets you away where everybody else looks at other people like, oh, you're not even listening to me, and then they
feel some type of way.
Yeah, they feel some type of way, and then even like when they. Because even like if I'm not even listening, I still try to give them that acknowledgement that I'm listening, but I got to take care of something else and stuff like that. And I watch you. You be like this. And like, and I'm over there with you too, so I'm like this. Like, why are we laughing? Because I know I'm not listening. But I can pass the test on giving you the general synopsis if I needed to. If I was paying attention good enough. Because that's what used to give me away in school. It's because I would always look at the teacher eye to eye. So that teacher always looked at me, and it used to make me feel uncomfortable. Because I was like, why are you always staring at me? But it's because I gave the eye to eye. Where all the other kids was like this. Or sleep. So then they just focus on that. So I think that's what it is. But you have very good verbal skills to get you away with a lot of stuff. And then you're a spoiled brat. I love you.
I mean, even in saying that though, like that is like a trial in itself too.
It is.
So. And
it's really hard. Because even like now when we talk about like your schooling and education, it's like everything is so much more important than your schooling and education. And it's really not, but it's because you have great verbal skills, you're great with talking, you got great mannerisms, you got all these wonderful things that people tend to like pass over that you need to finish. Mm-hmm. Like you should be already graduate because you're Elijah, you know.
Yeah, true.
And that's what I'm like, no, we need to get there. And like I said, I don't have as great as the verbal skills as you do. And I said that a lot of times. I don't have great verbal skills. But I know when you're trying to pull a fast one over me. And I take it as you're pulling a fast one. You just take it as I really mean what I'm saying. at this
that's
moment.
why I'm so serious too, because you really be saying I'm pulling.
Because you
be
do.
actually getting offended in the moment. Like I get so confused when you do stuff like that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Because you do it all the time, and I'll be like, I can't do it.
Well, I feel like I'm really emotion and mood based. I will really channel how I feel in the moment, and let somebody know how I actually feel.
But did you hear what Grandma said to you? You don't let your emotions. Yeah, but you never show your emotions.
No, but I will.
So you're like this robot that has these words that come out to soothe you, but literally there's no emotions that come with it.
That's I mean, I'm not emotional like that actually.
I know, but do you understand how hurt that could be? Like you could attack somebody and then it's like, I don't care if you're crying and you're bleeding to death. Why are you telling me?
I mean, like, I don't really have. What am I supposed to do in those situations? I'm saying, like, that's really the problem. Like, what am I supposed to do in that situation? Because it's like,
you gotta show some kind of emotion.
But that's because even when I do acknowledge it, people really say, "Oh, it's just like, nah, you're not taking it serious," or something like that. You know? I feel like it's kind of
because literally
just brushed off because I don't really.
But then when you do that, it makes people feel like you don't care, and so it makes them feel like now I'm just like, oh, I'm freaking out. Now I'm pissed, and then it's like, but auntie.
I know for you exactly right. Say you get mad, you be so mad, so frustrated, right?
Yes.
And you'll be to the point you just gotta hang up with me because
oh yeah.
Because I'll really be so serious, like I'm really saying whatever I'm saying. I'm just not saying it emotionally. So I'd really be like some shit like, you know, are you good? What's going on? Like, you know, type of thing. And you'll be taking it like, oh no, I'm bye. I'm like, oh, I'll really be so confused.
Because I'll be ready to kill you, Eli. And that's what I'll be trying to say. Because it's like, you don't understand. And I never got it when your mom used to say it. You'll say something and cut. And then you got the nerves to decide not to patch up the wound. So you'll cut somebody, and then you're not going to patch it up.
That is, sometimes I don't patch it up. Because sometimes I don't know it cuts. Now, what I will say, right, there will be sometimes I say something that's really bad or really hurtful.
Yeah.
And I will know I said something bad and hurtful. And so I like so serious apology. Like, I believe I said something to Uncle Chris years and years ago, and I still think about that to this day because I was like, oh, that really was hurtful. And I apologized, and I really meant it in that apology.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I realized I was in the wrong. Like, that was just so wrong for me to even say something like that, right? Whereas, I'm having a conversation with you. I'll say something. I'm not even realizing that is taken that way. Like, I don't know how you will perceive whatever I'm saying. So, me, I'm just talking, you know, I'm just bantering, going back and forth, feeding off of you. And then I didn't realize I actually said something that could be hurtful. So, and sometimes I don't even think about it. I don't even think about, oh, I said something like that. It's just like, oh, that's just what I said. It wasn't, or sometimes I don't mean it to be taken in that way. So it just flows over the top of my head. And it's like, then you come back saying something. I'm like, well, now I could see how that's disrespectful because that's
you know you
harsh.
be ready to die early at age.
But what I'm saying is not like it's like a big deal to me.
And that's the problem, is what I'm saying. It needs to be a big deal. Because like a lot of times, I can only talk for me. I can't talk for nobody else. But when I'm talking to you about something, I'm looking at it as, I need you to do better because this is the road that I'm trying to make sure you get on. Now, once you get to your graduation, whatever road you want to take, you take because you grown, you graduated, you did your thing. I can't really say much about it. But until I get you there, this is the road. And like I had to tell you, at the end of the day, if I don't get you, I don't care what anybody else says. And I know it sounds rude and it sounds disrespectful, and I don't mean it to be rude or disrespectful, but at the end of the day, if I don't get you to the level, who's going to be blamed for me not getting you to that level. Me, yeah, and it reflects on me, and it doesn't matter who else should be involved in it. It's on me. Yeah. I don't care. Everybody needs to be involved in you graduating. But at the end of the day, if I don't get it done, it's on me, and it's looked upon on me. So I have to say to myself, I can care less what anybody says at this moment, because if anybody wants to fight me on it, then take over and you deal with it. I don't have to deal with it anymore, and then take my name off of it, and you can go to school, you can just take my name off of it so I'm not blamed. Because I'm trying to do my best, but I can't do my best if I don't have a team helping me. There's school, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody go to class. You go and you get your education, right? Mm-hmm. Well, not important, but you know what you're supposed to. Supposed to get your education important. So you go to these classrooms. Every teacher that's in there by themselves has the backing of the school to support them. Mm-hmm. So if you don't do your homework, if I decide that you can't go to recess or you can't do football or basketball, I have the school backing me because you didn't do what you needed to do to pass your grade level, right? Mm-hmm. That's the same thing I need. So if I put you on punishment because you're not doing your academics, I don't have anybody to push that level. I don't have nobody to, like I said, even like today, you was here today, I was able to just go, okay, you need to focus, and you got all that stuff done in one day. So if you got all that stuff you did today in one day, just imagine how much you would get here. And then think about it, everybody, I didn't have grandma and everybody backing me. And you would, half the arguments we have wouldn't even be here.
No, that is a very true point.
And then I go off, and then you say something stupid that pisses me off and cuts me, it makes me like, oh, you want to fight. And that's how I take it. Like, I got to get off the phone because I'm going to fight somebody else's kid. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's my nephew or not. I have to look at it like, I'm about to fight somebody else's kid. Like, I know you didn't talk to me that way. Like, I don't want no kid talking to you. I know you didn't talk to me that way. And then you'll come back to me later and be like, Auntie, I didn't really mean it that way because she said she said. Well, by then, like, you know, I done turned into the bull, and then there's this red thing, and now I'm running after the red thing because you done agitated me. And then you go into, so do you really think it's that serious?
I never said, do I think it's that serious?
You say something in that, like, you might not say that verbatim, but you say it.
No, I can
in your tone, and that's when I be like, okay, I'm going poor nephew, because I love my nephew, and I'm gonna kill my nephew, and I don't want to kill my nephew.
Yeah, I don't want to die either. It's not something I'm looking forward to. I mean, it's gonna happen eventually.
You say that, but I don't believe you.
What you mean, to die to prove it to you?
No, because my thing is like, I don't want to die, so I'm going to do better. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do better. You ain't got to worry about it. Because your favorite line to me that pisses me off, but I laugh every time you say it, so it like tickles me, is when you say, what was it? Auntie. I'm not even going to say nothing right now. I'm just going to show you.
Because they really do. There's really nothing else to say.
But you don't know the rage. The rage comes from the bottom, and it boils. And at the same time, I'm so mad. I'm laughing because you say it so much. It's like one of those dry humor jokes.
I feel it. Yeah, it shouldn't be funny, but it is funny.
It's funny, and then I want to kill you at the same time. And you do that like, oh my God. And you do that a lot.
Well, that's because sometimes I don't even know what I did. Like, I can see when I know what I did, right? I mean, you're looking at me like that. Sometimes I really don't realize. You gotta realize this is early in the morning sometimes. So I'm over here just like, Oh, I'm just good right now. Yeah, I'm doing everything right. Even though something may be a little bit late or something like that, but I'm in my mind. I'm like, okay, that's bad. But it's not that bad. But then in the background, right, I'm not doing something or something happened, and it's like I completely forgot about that. So then you call, and I'm like, oh dang, she really did tell me to do this, and I'm like, oh wow, that doesn't make sense. She actually is angry. Like that makes complete sense. And then it's like, oh, like no, like for real, like that's really real life. That's what's happening. So now I'm like, okay, well there really is not much to say because I'm over here thinking I'm over here just in the clouds and la la land, like, oh, this is just what we're doing. Then there's a whole other side that's going on. So I'm like, oh, I can't really say that. I just might as well just do it. That's what it's like.
And this is what I've been saying. I mean, like, are you trying to tell? I really be thinking you be testing me or you be joking or something, and I'll be like, what is going on? Like, literally, let's look at this. What's going on? Because if y'all could understand, like, I just want to explain it to you guys. To me, this young man, my nephew, is like a genius. Like, he is like so freaking smart. Even on things he don't know, he can, if he actually sits there long enough, and I mean like not like hours, like about 15, 30 minutes, he can figure it out and nail it. Like, it's not a problem. It's just getting him to sit there or doing it. And it's like, I feel like I need to be like over you just to get stuff done.
No, I feel that. I feel what you mean. I feel that. I'm gonna just call you tomorrow before so I can do the thing because I'm not to do my book. My book, I feel like I'm comfortable doing that now that I did so much of them. So I just need to do it every day. But as far as the
like
list,
Shopify.
that's what I'm talking about. The list, I'll just do that. I'll just call you and do that because even if I be like I'm gonna get off the phone, I'm gonna actually make sure I call you back because otherwise it's not gonna be too good because so.
Cause y'all know, I want him to be able to, like, when he actually graduated, and I told him this like 1,000,002 times. Like, let him know if I'm wrong. That when he is done and he graduates, that he has an income of doing editing and doing all these different things. So he can just like move out, get him a house, like not even get an apartment unless he just wants to get an apartment and just travel the world. And all he got to do is take his laptop and do all his business on there because he is that good at what he does, like really that good. And so it really frustrates me because I'm like, I could see him being at this level and he keeps being down there. And like I said, everybody has skills to be great. It's just that everybody don't use it. And everybody has an excuse of why not to use their skills. And I just don't want him to, because he's too young to be using excuses not to use the wonderful gift, the many talents that Yahweh has blessed him with. And I mean, many talents. You have been blessed with. And I've said that 1,000,000 times that I really want you to already have income. So you can just, if you want to, buy you a house, and then while you're gone, you can be renting it out and traveling the world. Because I really want you to travel the world before you like settle down and have kids and all that. Just
well, I mean, I feel like everybody should do that.
I do, but everybody don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a son right now that got a child, and he ain't traveling the world, he got a child.
Well, he don't, I don't know if he's willing to travel the world right now.
But he needs
he got everything else on his mind.
Yeah, I'm saying in reality, this is something that you should have been able to do. Yeah. Is be able to travel the world and see the world, see things. So I got mad, like, me and you had an argument, like, you wanted to go to New York, but you kept saying no. And I'm like, these are things that I wanted you guys to experience, like, a different life.
Speaking of that, when are y'all trying to go again?
I think we're going next year to New York. But I think I want to go to Texas soon.
Are you going to Texas before?
I want to go to Texas this year.
And where are you staying?
With Janae or my brother. They're both in the same area. Probably staying with my brother. I don't know. Janae or my brother.
Oh, he got a room in his house?
Yeah.
You said yeah. You said yes like you already knew.
I do. Yeah, he said bring the whole family.
You bringing Jonathan?
If he want to go, yeah.
How is it being Antonio?
Well, Antonio never wants to go anywhere, so he, like I said.
Didn't he go to New York with you?
Yeah, but then he didn't even take the time to really enjoy New York.
What did he do? Why y'all?
He stayed in the basement, in the apartment downstairs. Yeah, because, she had an apartment downstairs, and the main floor, and then the mom had an apartment, and then me and Chris had an apartment, and there's a living room, and there's a pool, and it was a mansion. And everybody had their own space. And it was 9 of us. And we all had our own space. Because Jonathan slept in Janae's apartment. Antonio stayed on the outskirts of her apartment. Avi and Alana stayed upstairs in the bedroom. Uncle Tony stayed in another bedroom. Mom had her own little apartment here. And me and Chris was upstairs in the apartment upstairs.
Oh, well.
So there was a lot of room, right? When we was in New York, everybody had their own space, right?
Yeah.
They know you didn't want to come, and I was like, "You're missing out." And I want you to see the world. So when you get to being older, if you decide to go to college, even if you don't decide to go to college, that you've seen some stuff. COVID has really put a damper because I really wanted us to do a lot more traveling. Now that we're not in the restaurant business. I wanted us to really do a lot of traveling, but COVID has really put a damper on that.
I just know there's certain places I want to go.
Like where?
I want to go to Japan. I want to go to the Netherlands. I want to go to, Paris. I want to go to, United Kingdom.
Okay.
I feel like that's a good energy. Then, state-wise, where do I want to go? I want to go to, probably not New York. I want to go somewhere that's close to New York so I could go to New York, but then I would say, I want to
but New York is
the outskirts of New York.
Because you go to New York and then Auntie takes us over to, what's it called? Go to the city. Cincinnati, Kentucky. No, not Kentucky.
Jeanette's Corner.
Hi, Jeanette's Corner. Hi, Sissy. I love her too. She has been popping up. Is that hello, everyone? Yes. Yes. So, yeah. Where would you like to go?
And I don't know. Anywhere. I really want to go to Chicago. Like now, I really want to go to Chicago. And back to New York.
I don't want to go to Chicago.
Huh?
I don't want to go to Chicago. Not right now.
So, no Chicago, back to New York. I want to go to Atlanta.
Oh, yes. I want to
That's
go.
where
Oh, and I want to go to D.C.
Yeah, I want to go Washington, D.C. too. And then I want to go to South Carolina. I know, yes, I'm doing good. How are you? I've just been loving your channel, been blowing up, and I need to really comment on your page. I just be watching you on TV, so I can't comment on TV and then I forget. Yeah, it'd be awesome. I'm so proud of you. You, great channel. I like her too.
Yeah, you used to be watching her all the time.
I still. What's the topic? We're talking about procrastination, pretty much. We're talking about kids dating. Not dating. We didn't really talk about dating this time. We talked about missing, going to proms and stuff like that. That's why I said dating. And then right now we're talking about where kids want to go. Because I wanted him to do a lot of traveling, but because of COVID, we didn't get to do a lot of traveling. Because we were supposed to go to Mexico.
We was supposed to go to Mexico.
We had bought our ticket and everything to be in Mexico, and then COVID hit. Oh, you're welcome, sweetie. Oh, just so y'all know, she said, all thanks, Lovey. I truly appreciate that so much. What are we doing? See, he started touching stuff, and then I don't even know. And then we talked about him editing, and he's got me doing a new
A new channel.
A new channel.
That's not okay. The way we'll do it, right? Now that we, I fully thought it out.
Okay.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it behind the green screen.
We didn't get to go.
It's gonna be a bunch of different recordings. So we're gonna record a bunch of them. We're gonna get everybody here. We're gonna get all the kids. We're gonna get everybody. We're gonna get a bunch of people. We don't want the same looking people.
Okay.
So we want a bunch of different people, and then they're gonna sing the song, and then we're just gonna upload, and probably different versions too.
Have you been to Mexico? Because she said her daughter been to Mexico. Have you been? I've been once. I went to Ensenada and Catalina.
You been to Mexico?
Yeah, I went on a cruise, and I went to Ensenada and
cruise.
Catalina.
And you went to the without cruise?
No, I just went. We was on a cruise, and then we got off. We went to Ensenada, and then we stayed there, and then we went to we went to Catalina. Then we went to Ensenada, and we stayed in Ensenada like 2 or 3 days. But we just got to get off and go on the boat.
What is your experience with the cruise?
I loved it because I thought I was gonna be scared because it's the water, and so but really there was only one area, and it was like the big ballroom area that made you feel like you was in the water. Like it made me like feel like I was seasick. But besides that, everything else was amazing. The food was delicious. Everything was wonderful. They have pools. They even have for the workers. They even have a pool for the workers.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, and then they have like a club. They have a casino. They have a couple of bars. They just have everything. And there's nothing that you want. It's like you can have everything on a cruise, and then you get off and you go into we went on the Catalina, and yes, I know because you guys think hello. I got on that little tiny boat to get to Catalina, so you get off the big boat to get onto the little boat for them to send you over to Catalina, and you can sit 3 or 4 or 5 people on the little boat to go to Catalina.
Oh, so that's what you need. You go to the little boat.
Yeah, you gotta from the big boat, and then you jump off the big boat to the little boat, and then they do that, and then they wheel you back over there, and then Ensenada, you're at the dock. Oh no, I had the best time, and then so we went with a lot of people, and then I was singing. And I could have won a singing contest, but my loud people were doing something else. So I was all by myself with the quiet people. And so I didn't get to win. That's when I did the song. I Could Cry If I Want to. It's my party, I Could Cry If I Want to. I was rocking. I just needed my loud people to be there. Did she apply?
Who?
Yeah. You! You! See, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, cruise is amazing. So that's why I was really excited about going to Mexico, because we were going to
Arthur's very, very well. Puerto Vallarta, something like that.
We weren't going to Vallarta. Nueve Vallarta, yeah. So we was going there, and that was all inclusive. So yeah, it was on a dream trip. So I was really waiting to go to enjoy myself, and then COVID came, and you see, we never went. So it's kind of a sad moment for me. Because I wanted to go there, and then I wanted to go to Jamaica. I definitely want to go to Jamaica.
You said you want to go to Jamaica.
That's one place I want to go is Jamaica.
Have you never been?
No.
I don't know if I want to go to Jamaica. I'd rather go to the Caribbean. I'll go
Yeah. I want to go there, but since I've always wanted to go to Jamaica, I want to go there first.
Why?
Because I just always wanted to go to Sandals.
Oh, that's just where you want to go.
Yeah,
What's
Sandals so beautiful. That's like the beach or whatever.
I want to go.
But Jamaica's dangerous, so you don't want to really get off the track. You just want to go. You just want to go to the.
I mean, I feel like a lot of it, those kind of third world countries, they got the more civilized part, and then it's especially Mexico. Imagine what could have happened if you stray on the wrong path.
I wasn't gonna leave. I was gonna stay in my. Because everything is free. The only thing I need from...
You stay within your
if y'all ever go to Mexico, get their vanilla. Their vanilla is the bomb. It's the bomb. Because mine went to Mexico, brought me some vanilla, and it makes your food taste so much better. I don't know what they do to the vanilla. And I've been making vanilla to try to reach that goal of greatness.
What about the little sombrero?
I think you be trying to get me mad. She said, well, I want to travel too. My wife and I still had a honeymoon because of COVID. See? Oh, you guys need to go that. And go all-inclusive. If you go somewhere, try to go where it's all-inclusive. You haven't had a honeymoon. Yeah, go and do all-inclusive. Because you don't want to worry about money. You want to buy souvenirs and stuff, but the food and the drinks, everything is free. Like, everything.
Well, it's not free. It's all inclusive.
It's all inclusive, so it's free.
It's not free. Man.
It's free. It's free. I'm gonna hit you. It's free. It's free. Don't listen to him. He ain't been. But all inclusive is what's free. Yeah, alcohol, drinks, all the foods. You can try everything. Cause I was ready to try all kinds of food.
That's probably the reason why we couldn't go.
You want other food?
No, because I was not 18 yet.
What does that have to do with it?
COVID happened because we needed to delay the trip.
For what?
For when I was 18.
What does 18 have to do with anything?
You could drink.
Oh, You ain't drinking nothing. You ain't drinking nothing. This is what I gotta deal with. Yes, you do. I'm telling you. Yes, and I don't know if they still do dream trips because I stopped because I got mad at them. But dream trips was awesome, and they had the best hotels and everything. And then they had people that would really show you around and let you enjoy. And they gave like when I said the best hotel with the best room, my auntie had a room where the pool was. She had a pool in her backyard, so she opened her door and she had a pool. I want a pool, like a pool. Thank you. She said, we're incredible. I don't know about you being incredible with your little trying to drink some alcohol.
What? you know that was
no, he
punk.
drink alcohol.
They was just like, oh, we can't.
Elijah can't drink no alcohol, so we're not gonna let you go.
Yeah, we'll be like, I'm 18. You didn't even see my ID.
Well, you got your passport, so that's your ID?
That's my ID. I'll just pull up my passport. Hopefully pull up the driver's license.
Well, yeah, you gotta start the driving now. I guess that'll be it.
Hopefully.
Y'all don't know. This boy right here be cracking me up. And he tortures me.
You know it's gonna be going down.
What is?
Down my throat.
You are not gonna drink. And mind you, he don't drink anything with water and some tea with no sugar or nothing. So he's not. What you gonna drink? Alcohol got lots of sugar in it, so you ain't drinking.
That's what I've been holding out for. Some good stuff.
Oh, you drink some vodka, you have to.
No, not even. I've drank before.
When did you drink?
Plenty times.
What you mean plenty of times?
I mean plenty times. Like a handful of times.
Who had you drinking?
I can't disclose names. I'm not a snitch.
I got the beard. I got it. What? I got it. Something going on. So, we have to find somewhere where it is not too hot because I get really sick in the heat. Oh, girl, yes. Because of my MS. Girl.
Some of that's cool. I mean, like, I wouldn't want it too hot.
Me either.
It's good in the hot, like you just really.
I like it normal temperature.
You get exhausted.
But even my thing about it, this thing is all inclusive, so you don't even have to really go outside. And then you can just go in the pool. And then with the pool, they have a bar that's in the pool as well. No, you ain't drinking. They have a bar that's in the pool as well.
In the pool?
Yeah, like they got this thing and then it's a bar, so you can just be in there floating in the bar.
I'm not. I'm on my way to Mexico. wait, give me a couple months though, but I'm on my way to Mexico.
Like I said, he is not going to Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Huh? This girl keep coming in and all you hear is the door and squeezes all in and out, but yes.
I'm just saying, Mexico, me and Mexico, we got a thing going.
Here we go again.
We got a real good me and Mexico. The best of friends. All inclusive.
You're not getting in the bar drinking or nothing.
Oh
Oh, she said she break out even in the sun, sister. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so when then, yeah, we need to find the one that's not. Well, you know, it depends on what time of the year you go to.
True.
So don't go in the hot, because I will never, ever, ever, and I'm hoping I'm saying it with all the love that I can, will go to Vegas in August again in my life. Because, honey, that's a place you don't want to go. And even if the sun ain't out, let me tell you, that heat has sucked all the energy out. So I will never go to Vegas in August.
You don't like the desert?
Nope.
You don't like the hot air
Nope.
when you inhale?
Nope.
It's just heat?
Nope. Nope. I'm just telling you right now, nope. So I agree with you. I might not break out, I might not, but I do have, I have empathy for you on that. So we just go out when it's not as hot, like it's a nice, warm, cool time. Where it's enough heat that you can still be in the pool. To be having a drink in the pool with the bar.
So when are we going to Mexico?
Let's pick a day. Let's go.
Sometime next year.
You mean you 18? You really trying me.
Sometime next year.
He's really trying me, y'all. He's really
we
trying
could go to Jamaica. I'm sure they're living too.
I wonder how old you gotta be in Jamaica. Yeah, don't go to Vegas June, July, August. Now you can go in May, you can go in September, you can go in October. Good time. Do not do them. I'm telling you, because we went in June, and that killed us. And I think we were dumb enough to go in August, and that was murder. I stayed in hotels, and I jumped from one hotel to the other, and you know they have these little overpass where you walk across. Just to walk across, the air just sucked away. It just took all my air out of me. So just be careful with that.
Well, I'm not gonna go over to. I mean, Vegas is kind of outplayed to me. I feel like everybody goes there now.
Yeah, because
Everybody's been going there, but I just feel like that's just not
What
somewhere
is
to
in
like.
Vegas?
gambling, great
Prostitution.
shows. Yes, prostitution. But that was great shows. Because the last time we went, and you were there, the last time we went to Vegas, and not the time where you had me cracking up and come up the other time. We went to all the shows that the hotels had, and it was so much fun. And then we went into the one hotel and did the show. So it's the shows, it's the gambling, it's everything.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole.
It is, and unlike here, when you gamble there, the drinks are free. They give you free drinks. Here they give you free soda and water. That's all you get free is soda and water, but you don't even get juice free.
That's crazy.
But you go to Vegas, it's all free, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not feeling Vegas. Like at somewhere that's just like, oh, I gotta go.
Well, you went twice, so I guess that's enough for you.
Yeah, but I really don't feel like I went. You know, I feel like I went when I was young, and it's like I have somewhat memory, but I don't have like a strong like. And also going there younger, when you're older, is different.
Yeah,
Two
well,
different
I'm
Vegas.
gonna put it this way: Antonio picked Vegas over Disneyland. That's how much fun he had in Vegas.
I ain't never been to Disneyland.
He hasn't either.
Why haven't I been to Disneyland? You trying to go to Disneyland?
No, I want to go to Disney
You
World.
want to go to?
And I've never been to Disneyland, but now I just want to go to Disney World because it's bigger.
Disney World just seems like where you need to go, but then they also have the Universal Studios or something. I want to go there too.
So we all trying to find vacations. Where would you like to go for your honeymoon? Of course, it got to be all inclusive because we traveling everywhere.
No, I really want to go to a different country though.
Yeah.
But not a third world country. I want to go to first world country. I don't want to go to China because then they're gonna look at me crazy and everybody gonna think I'm a basketball player.
You ain't that tall.
I don't even have to be that tall. You taller than them, they're gonna think I'm Kevin Hart.
You're not that short.
So
He be Denzel Washington or something.
they're gonna think I'm somebody's. They're gonna think I'm LeBron's son. So
Okay.
I'm not trying to go to nowhere like that. I mean, I just feel like Chinese people are a little, not even even being racist. I'm saying just the culture there. Like they have like a lot of self-hating culture too. So when
What?
they'll see people that's like, you know, like here, right? we got people who talk about you if you depending on how you look.
Yeah.
They'll really talk about you depending on how you look. Like you fat, you like all that. They'll just.
But I think it's probably the same. It's just the way their tone is. Because
And
if
their
you
tone
think
is-
about
they're-
it, like
it's like
Grandpa Ben's tone.
Yeah.
It ain't like the nicest tone. So,
No, it's not.
and he can give you a compliment. It just sounds like he done talked about you like a dog. Okay, thank you. She said, good night, sissy and family. Get ready for bed. Thanks so much for
Good
the great suggestion. Thank you. Love you. Good night. Yeah, so I'm going to say, I do want to go to Grenada because I just want to see the fam.
Mhm.
I want to go to Jamaica.
I want to see what's her name.
I want to go to Bahamas.
Bahamas, yeah.
I now want to go to Africa. I didn't for the longest. And I'm pretty much cool. I mean, I know people are Paris, but
You don't like Paris?
it's not that
It's
I
for the
like it.
people.
But
It's for
we
the.
almost went to Paris, supposedly.
The reason why I want to go to Paris for friends, anything like that, cultural difference, the fashion, the everything. You know, like.
But I'm
it's
not
just-
into fashion. You are.
I'm not even into fashion like
But
that.
you
I just
are.
want to see that. I just want to see the, like the way they look at.
But I'm just saying you are. You always make sure you're fashionably
No.
different. Fashionably different. Okay, well, we gotta go because you got 1 minute left before your mom is getting you.
Yeah.
She got places to go. We weren't even supposed to be on this long. See, I can't be doing you right now. Okay, we love you guys. We are going off. We
Bye.
enjoyed you. If you guys have any fun topics, please let us know. Comment and let us know. My editor, director, producer.
Oh, you got jitters?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. This person right here is going to let us know. If not, we're going to come up with our own creative topics. And then maybe next time, Avi will join us. She said no. Okay, so anyway, we will talk to you later.
Love and live
Live each day
as
if it were your last.
Smooches.
Smooches! What is that moi?
You know
What is, no!
You know
What is that? Moi. Like he's a robot. Moi.